W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of Shooting Crows, Mass Murder, Collusion and Press Freedom by Trevor Birney. Narrated by Gary Trainor. Prologue. Executive Action. My wife Sheila is a fitful sleeper and a slave to an alarm, which isn't a great mix for a good night's rest. However, shortly after 7 a.m. on that final bank holiday weekend in the summer of 2018, she was awoken not by an alarm or her own fitfulness, but by the sound of cars in the drive outside our home in East Belfast. She walked to the window, opened the shutter, and narrated the scene in our driveway as I began to stir. "There's a lot of police in our drive. Cars everywhere. What are they doing here?" Her final words were accompanied by the sound of banging on our front door. Continuous, heavy bangs. Despite the rude awakening, Sheila remained totally unflustered as she closed over the shutter again and came away from the window. While I got out of bed and she dressed, we both remained in the dark. I mumbled, "It's about Loughinisland," as I sneaked a peek through the shutters. It didn't fluster her as she continued to get dressed. She had never experienced anything like this before, neither had I for that matter, but she met it head on, like she had been dealing with such situations all her life. In that moment, before we left the bedroom, her self-possession set a distinct tone for what lay ahead. "We can deal with this," it assured. Next door to our room there were 3 kids in the one bed, our youngest daughter Freya, along with her cousins Gabriel and Liv, who, along with Sheila's niece, Sarah, and Sarah's husband James, had arrived at our home the evening before to spend the long weekend with us. We'd had other sleeping arrangements for Gabriel and Liv, but in the excitement of being together again, they had all ended up bunking in together. Upstairs was our eldest, Ella, and middle daughter, Mia, with James and Sarah in the room at the top of the house. None of them seemed to have heard the commotion that had woken Sheila. Speaking of my wife, she was now armoured in a sweatshirt and jogging bottoms and left our room to confront whoever was trying to break our front door down. I held back, still fumbling about in the dark to find clothes, while at the same time trying to get hold of the one person in the world who would understand the position that was quickly dawning on me. My solicitor, Niall Murphy. He had warned us that this day could come. No answer. It was 7 a.m. after all. He would still be asleep at his home across the city in Glengormley, if he hadn't already left to spend the weekend in his happy place, Donegal. I could hear Sheila downstairs. By now, she had opened the front door. Disjointed and disordered male voices were echoing up the stairs from our hallway. Mia, our 16-year-old, appeared in the bedroom.
"Sample complete. Ready to continue?"